Oh man, I'm feeling good this morning. You know how I'm feeling this morning? I'm feeling healthy.
Ooh.
That's how I'm feeling, right? Got me a black Ashley in the building. No, I'm sorry. This is actually my good friend Nurse Mo in the building to talk a little health and litness with us. Stole that one from Peekaboo.
And wellness.
And wellness.
Yeah.
Well litness.
Just wellness.
Wellness.
No.
But if you put the IT, it's like well
absolutely not. Still wellness.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Cool. Shout out to Ashley though. She's still on vacation. What do you know? Long vacation. Some people got a lot of money. They could just
Good for her.
You know a thing or two about vacation.
I do. I travel a lot.
Miss Traveling Nurse. Tell the people about what you do.
Hey y'all, so my name's Nurse Mo, but I also go by my government, which is Monique Dowdy. I've been a nurse for 7 years. I work in critical care. Currently, I'm specialing in neurosurgery patients. And I also am an entrepreneur and a motivational speaker and an influencer. I travel about 10 months out of the year. I will be going to Bali, Indonesia.
You hear that, Eb? She travel more than you, Ebony. Now.
I just got back from hosting a retreat in Kenya. And I'll be going to Bali, Indonesia to host a women's workshop. And I decided to just stay for, 3 months. Why not?
In Bali?
Yeah.
No, it must be nice. I've never
So
been
life
to
is
Bali,
good.
so
Life is good.
Tell me all about it. So we got some trending topics to go through, Nurse Mo. It's a lot going on in internet and TV and media land. We'd be remiss if we didn't mention the funeral of Nipsey Hussle, which was a celebration in LA, a celebration of life. Right?
Yeah.
See, I got my Nipsey blue on.
You do. You get
all
all
blue. I got my Nipsey blue on.
You get all blue.
Y'all don't want me to. Don't want me to do one time for him. Throw up them West Sides. But it was big.
It was huge.
Big. Thousands of people.
I actually flew in from LA last night.
Okay.
I arrived this morning, and it just shows how much of an impact.
Right.
Not an influence, an impact
Definitely.
someone made in their community. I think that there's Nipseys in every neighborhood that people should start to support.
Right. While they're alive.
Yeah, while they're alive. But a lot of people celebrated this man's life and what he did for the community.
And some of those people were. We had songs performances by Marsha Ambrosius and Stevie Wonder, right? His brother gave some facts about his history, let us into his life a lot, stuff that we didn't know. Like apparently he was a techie when he was young. He was such a hustler. If you see what I did, a little double on time. He built a computer when he was a young buck to be able to do some of the things his family couldn't do because they weren't well off,
insane.
Like make music.
Yeah, that's
12
brilliant.
years old.
At 12 years old, that's brilliant.
That's
and
crazy.
then they had Lauren London
Right,
up there, which
right.
is his longtime girlfriend.
She was amazing.
And she was amazing. And
Now, is it a rumor? Because I'm hearing they were legally married.
I'm
like
sure they
behind the
were.
scenes.
I think that they may have been.
Okay. So wife.
Yeah.
We're going to go out there and say wife.
Yeah, we'll just say wife.
Yeah.
And I thought she held herself together so beautifully because
I did too. 100%.
I think with death, we all kind of know that there's something out there that's higher than us, and it's more about the family of the person who passed away.
Right.
Because he's in a better place because I know it's lit up there,
Right.
But it's just us here on Earth will miss him.
She was astonishing to me.
Yeah,
like,
she was really good.
I couldn't believe the just demeanor and the focus and like she didn't break. That like she was just like she personified him, I thought.
Yeah, I think he was talking through her.
Right. It was crazy.
This is not a case of, this is a special case of being a speaker, but as a speaker, when you get on stage, you ask God to use you. Most people do. And I think that was a perfect example of asking God to use you.
Right.
Because she was very eloquent. I think we should give credit to his mother because she not only got up there and talked to us about the life of her son, but she empowered us and educated us about eating clean and being spiritually in tuned.
Right.
And this is someone educating when they're heartbroken.
Right. It was a lot. Obama wrote a letter. I didn't get a chance to read or understand what was in that letter, but I hear it was amazing.
It was. It doesn't matter.
You're
doesn't.
right. Obama
put
put his pen to the paper. It's gonna be kind of lit. Later in the show, Mo's gonna tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that Nipsey's mother was speaking toward, as far as like vegan diets and just eating healthy. We also got my guy Limo in the building. He's gonna break down some Herbalife myths. I know all of y'all like to hate on Herbalife. I ain't gonna lie. I once was an Herbalife hater.
I'm currently kind of a Herbalife hater.
Man, Liam gonna get you.
I know,
He gonna
but I
get
do
you.
like that there's some plant-based options.
Okay.
And but I'm not. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. But I used Herbalife before and I was cut.
And we're gonna show y'all a little bit of benefits of yoga as well, right? So when you yoga, you stretch. You know that you got to get rubbed and tugged. Oh wait. No, that's our next topic. I'm sorry. I thought I'm mixing up the yoga with Robert Kraft's situation.
Yeah, that's a completely different type
It's totally
of stretching.
different. It's woo, that's what you want to call it. So for those who don't know, right, Robert Kraft, New England Patriots owner, friend of Meek Mill, right? He got caught up in a sting that was done at some, I don't call it a brothel, but it was a massage parlor.
Okay.
Right, in Miami or in Florida?
It was a spa.
It was a spa?
Yeah.
Somewhere in Florida, and they had hidden cameras.
Ooh.
Apparently, they have a long list of folks that was in there getting a good old rub and tug, and Robert Kraft's name was on that list. He's in one of those videos. He's now fighting to not have that video released, saying that it will stop him from having a fair trial. It'll impact this lady's life. You got an interesting take on giving rub and tugs, Nurse Mo.
I do not think. Okay, so don't do that.
We was talking before the show,
okay.
And Nurse Mo was like, "Look, it's her job to give a rub and tug."
So I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
verbatim. That's what she said.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I'm a feminist. I'm all things
Okay.
women power, and I think women have the right to choose what type of work they do.
Even if that work is illegal.
Even if that's sex work, that's how they feed their children. That's how they feed their, their families, that kind of thing. However, there's a lot of sex trafficking, even in the United States, where we don't know if these women were a part of that or doing this against their will. However, why is a video of me seeing that necessary? First of all, I don't want to see that visual ever. Like, ew. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Ew. Like, I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? And that's their personal moment. We know he did it. Like, it's a fact. We know he had the service done. So why do we need to visually see that? I think that social media, the internet, just cameras, surveillance, Siri, Alexa, it's too much. And it's just too much.
It's the world we live in, right? People they want to see the craziest
him
stuff.
Getting his tug rubbed or his rub tug.
I don't see it either. I don't want to see that. I'm with you, Robert. They need to hide the tapes. They need to
hide the tapes because my poor eyes.
Yeah, I don't want to see that either. However, this is going to be interesting to see how it plays out because we all know typically billionaires, they don't do no time for some of the same stuff that broke people do time.
Isn't that interesting?
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So I want to see what happens with him and whether he's getting his tug and rub punishment.
Yeah.
Punished for getting tug and rub. Apparently, you can get punished for that. I don't know why Peekaboo ain't up here yet. He tripping. Hey Peekaboo, how you doing with your late self? What's going on? You
got a bone to pick with you, Kyrie. Me and every woman in this country got a bone to pick with you right now.
Every woman in the country?
What happened?
On last week's show, Mr. Kyrie Terrell came up here and said he is anti-Me Too. It is one of the most blasphemous things, certainly the most blasphemous thing we've ever said on this show, and it is in due for clarification and probably an apology.
Now, here's the thing.
I'll take my apology.
Number one, I apologize to everyone in the world, all the women in the world that Peekaboo said that was offended by my words last week. I do need to clarify those words. First things first, my verbatim was, I'm not down with Me Too.
Okay.
It wasn't I'm anti-Me Too, right? When I said I'm not down with Me Too, what I meant is I'm not a guy that is ever going to put a woman in a Me Too situation. That's what I meant. I'm not down with that whole thing that people are doing. I wasn't saying I'm not down with the movement. I'm not saying don't have a Me Too movement.
So you're not down, you're okay with women speaking up for themselves about equal pay, about sexual harassment in the workplace.
They have to.
Even things like, oh, this is sexual harassment, just
Me
touching
too,
my
Mom.
back.
Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
You just Me Too.
Okay, I did. And that's what you're not here for.
What I was saying was that I do support the movement. I think I put words in a place that they shouldn't have been when I said what I said. Because what I should have said is I don't support people who put women in these situations.
All right, that's
so
completely
I was
different.
using Me Too as a verb and saying I'm not down with
But did you have a lot of feminist women attacking you?
Just in the studio. We didn't really get too much backlash.
Good for them.
And in my home.
Sweet was about to stab me from afar. She tried to Night King tried to throw the javelin like the Night King.
Ooh, like the spheres.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before I get out of here, I just want to say, when you said that, you caught me like a deer in the headlights.
I did, I remember.
I was wide-eyed, legs were coming to me.
Bushy-tailed.
And I just want to say that in these modern times that we have, sweeping it under the rug is what we've been doing for generations now.
Right.
And that was what I was trying to do was just to have us stop talking about it as quickly as possible because I didn't think it was a productive conversation that would lead into the culture and the narrative.
Totally. And let me say this, right? And then we'll get off this topic. Y'all know.
Oh, this is awkward.
I'm wacky. Y'all know I'm funny. I poke fun at every single thing. I don't think there's anything that isn't funny under the sun. Now, I understand that it might not be funny to some people, but y'all gonna still get the raw, real Kyrie Terrell.
Just so you know, like, joking about women's rights is never funny. Ever. Ladies out there, do y'all agree?
And now we're wading into tough waters again, so I'm gonna get out of here.
We're gonna agree to disagree.
Okay.
Because when I say that too, Mo, I don't necessarily mean in the workplace or anything like that, but I mean amongst friends, and I also mean in comedy.
Okay.
Right? I'm not one of those people that's like, comedians can joke about everything, but don't touch this, don't touch this.
I get it.
Like, for me, funny is funny, and that's all it is. It doesn't mean I won't support a faction of folks.
Okay.
It won't mean I'll hate on a faction of folks. It just means that shit was funny at that time, but I wouldn't partake. So I do not support the Me Too movement. I support it 100%.
Okay.
What I was saying was I would never do any of those things.
Okay, well, speaking of powerful, successful women, let's talk about The View. And
I don't watch The View. You gotta clue me.
Okay, so Joy Behar, and John McCain's daughter.
Okay.
They had this live, like, public, really awkward argument on live television.
Right.
And I'm sure, like, I'm becoming
Like me and you about to, if you touch my shoulder again.
I'll touch your shoulder.
Mo, stop!
Me too.
I'm uncomfortable.
It's like when men touch that small of your
You
back.
laughed a
That's
little bit
gross.
just now.
Like,
You just laughed a little
I
bit,
did.
and that was a Me Too joke.
Let it go.
Okay.
Let it go.
All right.
Okay. So Joy Behar and John McCain's daughter had this really public, awkward argument.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure, like, a lot of you have experienced this. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm like, my background is ghetto, okay? So now I'm in professional corporate America. I'm a businesswoman constantly speaking for herself, and I'm also communicating with surgeons all the time. So they be trying it, you know?
You got
And,
that-
like,
you got that switch?
I had to learn how to professionally snap back. And I think, you know, these two could have learned how to do that prior to going on live television. So, like, you record a live show and you're in a lot of situations. So how do you know how to maintain what to say and check people respectfully?
When you up here, Mo, there's a level of acting that goes into it, right? So you have to be able to internally be like whooping some ass, but externally be governing yourself with some class and some dignity, right?
Yeah.
So I think, like, it's okay, like, and you got to get to a certain point, because some people, like, they just, like, it's a switch, they just on. They don't care if the lights and the cameras is on. I've been doing it long enough that, you know, I've been ticked off on camera sometimes.
Yeah.
Even like if it's outside of what's going on up here and it's something that's not going right, it's like it's in my head, but you never read it on camera.
Yeah.
So I think you just got to be professional enough to be able to make that thing.
I'm not gonna lie, I recently lost it.
Where you lose it at?
I lost it with a company that I was working with because I felt that my needs weren't heard. And it was also a Me Too kind of movement moment.
You snapped on them.
I snapped. I got full West Philadelphia.
See, I would have liked to see that.
Neck snapping, everything. But then later on, I sent an email with cold rage. Do you know what cold rage is?
I know.
For those of you who don't know what cold rage is, it's the best way to professionally check someone.
I've seen the memes on that type of stuff.
Where you're like, very calm, and, you know, per my last email. You know what I'm saying?
Which
like,
is,
that's
if I had to tell your ass again.
But I just think that there's some things that piss you off, you know? But is there anything that can make you come out of character? For me, it's touching and making me feel like my needs are not important. Or like, you don't really matter.
I can't say that there's anything that'll pull me out of character. I've really learned to kind of ground myself in silver linings and just it ain't that deep.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to give, like, I'm a non-road rager. Like, I don't like to give extra energy to situations that don't need that extra energy.
How about, like, don't take it personally? That would be a good way.
I don't at all.
Yeah.
So Mo, you here because you know a thing or two about health.
I do.
Right. We need to know a thing or two about health.
Okay.
Right. So obviously with Nipsey's passing, you had a lot of people researching Dr. Sebi's practices. Is it Sebi or Sebi?
It's Dr. Sebi.
Sebi.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's Sebi. Joey had said Sebi earlier. Nobody listened to her. That's why she's having a conniption fit behind the camera right now. So Sebi. Okay, cool. So he talks a lot about eating a plant-based, eating native diets, eating things that belong in your body, and not eating the other things.
Yeah, and he's said to cure cancer and HIV.
Amongst other things.
Amongst many other
diabetes,
things.
lupus, sickle cell.
Yeah, so
all those things.
Basically what his diet focuses on is more of, he's from Africa, and he focuses on eating archaeology-based eating. So archaeologists study bone structure, but they didn't study plants. And plants are basically what we should be ingesting all the time. And he believes that herbs can cure you because they are electrical based. Versus chemicals, they can't cure you because chemicals are one way and they're not adapting. Herbs are chemically based. Herbs are electrically based, and they can adapt to the human body. So normal pH in the body is between 7.35 to 7.45. I'm sure a lot of you drink alkaline water and it makes you pee like crazy, and that's awesome because you want your body to become more alkaline and less acidic and stay away from acidic foods.
On the topic of acidic foods, not to cut you off, you're probably going there anyway, but you talk about 5 plant-based remedies that you've discovered while traveling to places like Bali and all of that.
Yeah.
Can you, quick as you can, give us some of those plant-based
absolutely. So Africa is the motherland. Like we're going to start there. Just making sure that your foods don't have a whole lot of chemical compounds in them. So mainly eating clean. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. Okay?
So
if
don't
it grows,
nitroglycerin,
you don't need that. Okay? So a lot of people are taking things for sleep. Nowadays, like melatonin, which is naturally found in the body, which is great, or Ambien or Xanax or things like that aren't naturally found in the body. So lavender is a great essential oil that you can spray on your pillow. You can ingest it if it's all natural oil.
Help you go to sleep?
Yeah, and it helps you go to sleep, and like you sleep like a baby.
I like the smell of lavender.
I learned this in a lot of people travel and they get the traveler's bubble guts.
I jet bloat.
Yeah.
I get how I fix jet bloat, Mo?
A banana and a piece of dark chocolate.
You got to be kidding.
I learned this in Italy.
Can I
the hard way.
No, me too.
No, me too. There you go. And then
she just cured my jet bloat.
And I heard you were having sciatica.
A little sciatica is messing with me. I'm all messed up, Mo.
Acupuncture would be a great remedy for that as well.
I'm about to do that too then.
Because sciatica is what? Nerve pain?
It's nerve pain.
Yep. So acupuncture would be awesome for that. And then this is a controversial subject, but CBD is amazing for many things.
It's the other side of the weed.
It's the other part of the weed. And, I work in traditional Western medicine, and the answer is one medication to treat the side effect of another medication. So patients are on all these different medicines, and my doctors say I'm a witchcraft nurse because I suggest things like diet and meditation for my patients. We want to, in the hospital, we will give a patient a drip of potassium instead of just giving them a banana. So it's really important that we are aware of what we're putting in our bodies because that's what's going to come out of our bodies. And I hate to say this, but the Western healthcare system does not want us to choose these things because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry that would go out of business. And that's why Dr. Sebi's teachings weren't so available to us until the internet and YouTube and things like that, because you have to think about the capacity to be able to cure cancer, to be able to cure HIV with herbs. And these are things that are educating people of color. So, this billion-dollar industry would start to spiral and go downhill if we didn't have people needing losartan and insulin and blood pressure medicines all the time, and Lipitor for high cholesterol.
We ain't got time. But I really, really want to one day on our show really dive into was this really a cure or was this prevention?
For HIV?
For HIV, cancer, et cetera.
No, it was a cure.
You feel like it was a cure?
No, I don't feel like it's documented fact that it was a cure. I'll send you some links.
Yeah, send me some links.
Okay.
Send me some links.
But above all, I would just say that your mind is the control center for your body. So make sure that what you ingest, like physically, that's not the only thing. What you're ingesting mentally is very important. So like, be mindful of the foods that you put in your body, but be mindful about what you listen to. Like, I don't know, sometimes I have to turn the radio off because I don't want to hear that I'm a bitch and that, you know, you're gonna spray this on me and do this to me. Like, I don't need to hear this. I need to hear I'm a queen. I can get this money. You know, I'm living wonderful. And, you know, how you start your day with meditation, with just a second to yourself, a glass of water, yoga, things like that would be great.
You know I'm all about the yoga.
Are you?
I'm all about it. I'm gonna introduce you to my yoga instructor.
Okay, sounds good.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
You want to meet him?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, well, you're gonna meet him in a minute.
Okay.
First, we got a little break from our sponsors at Indigo Bikes. Mo.
Hey.
Meet my yoga instructor, Paul.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
Mike.
to meet
Hell of a handshake, Mo. So listen, y'all. I was struggling with some sciatica, right? I couldn't even bend forward. I couldn't do this. Paul gonna tell me not to do it, but I could do it now. I could do it now, right? Back tightened up. I had electric shooting down the back of my leg. Somebody said yoga. I was like, Paul. So Paul, tell people how they can do like some restorative care with yoga, and then obviously we got our girl Valentina in the building. She's gonna show us some of those movements. But how's yoga restoring people, Paul? Tell the folks.
Wow, the way they're restoring the whole body has a design of how it should move, and when you move against the design of the body, you can have a tendency to cause breakdowns. So basically what we tried to do with Kyrie, we try to create space in his body and length in his body. So Valentina's going to demonstrate some of the movements and actions that I incorporated that gave some freedom. So we're going to talk a little bit about a side bend, if you will.
Yeah, so all we're going to do now is just a simple side bend that everybody can add to their routine. Just step your feet parallel to each other, and we're really going to use the floor. We use the foundation, right? So don't really stand on the floor, but push down and reach the arms up. So get really tall, enjoy the length of your body, the space that you can create, even here in the rib cage. Right hand to the left wrist, and then we're gonna lean over to the right. So again, before you lean too far, right, so come up a little bit, push the feet down more, and pull the lower ribs in so you can feel that hug and breath in the back. And that's gonna so benefit you, right? In that rib cage, you can really feel the space and ignite your core in the simplest move, right? So we're gonna come back and release the arms, bring the hands to the hips and turn to the side. We're gonna do just one more pose that also you probably will enjoy. So we're gonna step the feet wide, really wide, so you can open the arms and measure wrists above your ankles. Turn the front foot out. It's called triangle pose. Keeping the front leg straight, we're gonna reach forward through the fingertips and then slowly release the hand to the straight front leg, so straighten the leg and reach the top arm, top arm up towards the sky. You really wanna hug in through the feet, through the legs, and create that length on the right side. Feel how your ribs open up as you lean, but feel how strong your feet are, right? Pushing down and hugging in there to keep the core and keep your body safe. And we're gonna come back up, right? Nice, good job there. And then we're gonna step the feet together. Easy, right? But also makes you work.
Yeah,
Amen,
I feel it,
man.
I felt
Good stuff.
I'm real stretchy. You stretchy, Mo?
Huh?
Like
got
limber?
pliability,
Like,
right?
you feel like
Limber?
loose?
Oh, free.
Yeah.
Why y'all always, they trying to force me into these words that I gotta use,
Just trying to
like
get that
limber.
voice up
I'm
there.
calling it stretchy.
Stretchy.
Okay,
I'm
stretchy.
starting
Flexi.
stretchy yoga.
Stretchy
That's what
yoga.
I'm
I like
gonna do.
flexi. I like
Stretchy
flexi.
yoga.
We like it.
There it
Cool.
is.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Perfect.
The best way to have health and litness in your everyday lives is to start your morning off right. And that's something that we all aren't really doing. And so with Nurse Mo on the set today, we're hoping to have her talk a little bit about it, just to get the input, get the expert opinion about what we really should be doing with our mornings. So Nurse Mo, if you want to rejoin us, can I come back up?
I'm back.
What is the best way for us to start our mornings? How is it the healthiest way for us to wake up and welcome the day?
Whatever you want to. So I think.
Like sex could be one.
Yeah, absolutely. If it
Yams.
makes you feel good.
Some yams in the morning.
Brush your teeth first, you know, for your partner's sake. But I think that right now, with media, everything being so available to us, we're told constantly what we should and should not do. And so for me personally, what my morning looks like is I have 2 hours where I'm up without any communication from the outside world. I sleep with my alarm clock. I have an old school alarm clock and I sleep with it by my bed, but I sleep with my phone and my laptop in my other room, in my guest room. So I sleep with it there so that I'm not tempted to check an email. I'm not tempted to check my social media or a text message and have the world affect my mood. So I like to start my day with my thoughts and how I feel, because you ever start your day and someone pisses you off and then you feel
Yeah, the wrong
like
foot,
you're on the
yeah.
wrong foot. So I like to
You know
start
what?
my day with
Ebony
that.
needs to start doing that. 'Cause she often comes in on the wrong foot.
There's going to be a fight after the show.
She does a lot of social media. So I want Ebony to, from now on, stop watching social media on her mornings.
Yeah, I think that's a great way, but it's all about what you want to do, what makes you happy, and what makes you feel whole and full in the morning. So for me, that's not talking to anybody, and that is I write gratitude. I write 10 reasons that I'm grateful in the morning.
used to do that. I gotta
I
do that.
meditate, and that's just my ritual and my routine. I think that we start our new year every year with these resolutions, but we forget that there's rituals that we have to do to obtain the resolution, to actually get that. So I would just say develop a unique ritual that makes you feel freaking good, and do that every day.
Great.
Regardless of where you are.
Let's work on that, Kai.
I'm going to work on it, Pete. I promise I will. I promise I will.
Thanks so much, Nurse Mo.
Mo, that's interesting. I don't know that many people could do no social or phone or anything in the morning.
Well, I started because I was not so nice when I would wake up in the morning and I would jump out of bed and I would respond to an email that was sassy, or it was rejection from a brand, or it was something that didn't make me feel like my highest self, and then it would spiral and my whole day would be bad.
It would linger. It would
Yeah.
linger. We got another guest coming on. Bring my guy Limo on up here to talk to us for a minute. Come on up here, Limo. If you in Philly, you know Limo, right? And if you anywhere, you've heard of Herbalife, right? You see he got it all on his chest.
See it.
A chiseled chest, if I may say so myself.
Yeah, it's getting
my
there.
straight self.
It's getting there.
Add that.
Listen, Limo. It's a lot of people. Mo just told you she's still one of them that they don't understand or like or even support Herbalife. Now, I'm gonna tell you, but before you even go in, I'm gonna tell you I used to be one, but you
Right.
changed my mind. Knowing you changed my mind about Herbalife.
Right, because anything, like, it's to each his own. You know, some things work for some people, some things don't work for people. Herbalife worked for me. The journey started back in 2014, and I admit I was a skeptic myself
In the beginning, yep.
until I gave it a try. I came out to a workout. You know, we always try those workout things. I came out to a workout. 3 months. 3 months. You know the lifestyle that we come from. Partied all night, did whatever we wanted to do, try to work out every day. Came out to a workout for 3 months. I had lost 11 pounds. At this workout, there was 2 people that was on Herbalife. I would not touch it. I would not try it. I would not do nothing. Right? So they inspired me because the girl, she had lost 45 pounds in these 3 months.
Yikes.
And the guy that was doing the training, running around, that's just telling us what to do. I guess workouts off of YouTube or whatever he was doing, right?
YouTube University.
He lost 33 pounds in these 3 months.
And to
But
see
the energy was amazing. And I was like, you know what? me being selfish, been in my own ways, hasn't got me any changes in these 30 years.
And
So
what
I said,
people
let me try
got to know,
something
I'm going to jump in because people got to know, Lean ain't always look like this.
Nah,
you
at
once
all.
was a little chunky, Lean.
You have a before
Yeah.
and after pic.
I do have a before
They on-
and
they
after
on his
pic.
page,
And
Lean on
I
24 Fit on
I do
Instagram.
have a
Gotta
before
go
and
back.
after pic. But
I wanna see.
I had a very unhealthy lifestyle, so much so I got a little cuddly. I admit, as a kid.
Were you skinny, flabby?
Yo,
No, like, I
tell
was
him to
so
say
worried.
obese.
I was.
He
Were you
just said
morbidly
cuddly.
obese?
You ain't let me
Yes.
say stretchy.
He
Yes.
was morbidly obese.
Okay,
That's a medical
there
term.
we go.
So she's gonna give you all the
Equality
she's
up
qualified to give you all the medical terms. I'm gonna give it to you
He
how I
was
see
borderline
fit.
diabetic.
There it is.
Oh, man.
Right.
I'm
And
sure.
nobody never said
Nobody checked you.
put it down.
So listen, it's some myths out here about Herbalife. I see one on the top of my paper that's like, this one is kind of crazy, Lean. So we're gonna run through them real quick if we can, but
Let's do it.
they say Herbalife is a pyramid scheme, Lean. That's what they say.
So Herbalife is a MLM. It's a multi-level marketing
Okay.
company, right?
Another name for
and
pyramid
we
scheme,
are
go ahead.
in compliance right now with the FTC, right?
Okay.
That has labeled us not a pyramid scheme. So it's been labeled as not a pyramid scheme by the FTC. My personal experience, like I said, I got the results. People were asking me how I was doing it. And I was forced into the business because my family and friends was like, listen, I see what you're doing. I know where you come from. Panda, which was my nickname. That's what they used to call me. Panda, right? They was handing me money like, can you get it for me? And I was just passing off to the person that I was getting it from like, I don't want nothing to do with business. Like, y'all ain't gonna do this
It
to me.
sounds druggy. It sounds
Yeah, I'm like,
It
nah.
is
I'm
kinda like- it
yeah, I
sounds
was
like
like,
some-
nah, y'all not. I was like,
It is.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
I got
Sound real
results.
slangish.
I was like, okay, cool. I got results. Y'all not pulling me into one of those things. I was like, y'all not gonna do
one
that.
of those things.
One of those things. I tried many of those things before, and I was like, when do I get paid?
Oh yeah. That's
So-
You ever been to one of
we
those
gon-
joints? Like,
we gonna
I've
get
been
to, we
to
gonna
two.
get to that too. It's a few more myths that I gotta
And
run you through.
And that day, I made $182, and I was like, this mine?
Just
for
on
me?
the-
In my
Just
pocket?
on the whip wop.
For helping somebody?
So now
He was
not
like,
only
yeah.
Moving it.
not only are you a
Moving
it. Yeah, I was
Herbalife
moving
user,
at work.
but you slang.
I was
moving
moving
to
at work.
work.
I was
moving to
moving
work.
at work.
All right, so
became an
another thing
Herbalife
people
guy.
say is, can't you just take vitamins and supplements? What you need Herbalife for?
Yes, you can. To each his own, you can do that.
So tell us why. Go ahead.
So, okay, I'm not a fan of Herbalife because I
Right.
can't pronounce 90% of the ingredients
Right.
in it, and I'm not a fan of that.
Right.
Okay, again, I talked about if it grows, eat it. If it don't grow, don't eat it. That's
Right.
simple. Dr. Sebi said it, and he
Right.
was curing cancer and AIDS and stuff. But anyway, but that can be hard to do. I took Herbalife in 2014.
14, that's when I
and,
started.
I was in love with the communities that
Right.
they built for people of color to get active, and that's something you gotta respect. They're getting people out
That's
there
what
in
keep-
the
that's what keep me with it.
Mexican American community, Latino, Black people out moving their bodies every day, and that's dope.
Yep.
So I like that, and I got suckered in because I was like, okay, I'm doing these free workouts every day. Let me try something they selling. I did, but I'm telling you, I took that powder. I don't know what was in it, but I had a six-pack within 2 months because I was already lean.
Right.
So I 2 months, I had a six-pack. I've been working my whole life to have a 4-pack, and within 2 months, I had a six-pack. So
Hope,
I will
stop.
say that it does work. And as far as this pyramid thing goes, I don't really care about that as long as it's a quality product and everybody getting money
Right.
that's selling it.
Right.
Let me give you one more, right? I'll give you two more. Answer this one quickly, right? Because we've seen people say, well, they lost weight on Herbalife and they gained weight on Herbalife. So break down how you do both. What's going on?
So losing weight, far as Herbalife is a cellular nutrition company.
Okay.
So it's not just a weight loss company. So you can use Herbalife to basically, at a cellular level, get the vitamins, proteins, and nutrients you need for your body
Just
to
feed your
either-
body.
Yeah.
Okay.
For your body to grow or to lose the weight.
So and then it combine that with the type of workout to do whatever your goal is, and
Yep.
you're good. Okay,
Yep.
cool. Now, if you stop taking Herbalife, right? Like Mo, did your six-pack go away when you
Facts.
stopped taking?
Immediately.
So is something in the Herbalife that's keeping us fit?
I don't know what it is in it, but the day I stopped drinking, it was like, abs gone.
So this one might be a little harsh.
If you take this shirt off, bro,
So this
and
one
I start
might be
seeing
a
you
little
wearing
harsh,
Nike shirts
right?
and get a belly,
So this might be a little harsh. You go back to your old habits, you get your old results.
I did not. I just stopped drinking. Well, maybe I skipped like 2 to 5 of the workouts a week. So.
Right, right.
It all comes out now,
So it's
Mo.
not,
It all
it's
comes
not,
out.
It's not that. It's just Herbalife is good. It feel like you having a treat. So it gives you a structure in your eating habits. It gives you a structure in your eating habits, and your body is getting everything that it needs at a cellular level. Like, I'm not really qualified to talk about what everything is in it.
Right.
Like, we got some people that does all of that.
They know what's going on.
Doctors and scientists that handles all of that part.
I broke down them ingredients for you. You ain't want
Well, listen,
that,
man, I appreciate the lesson. I'm gonna talk with you a little bit more about Herbalife and what have you. But thank you, Limo.
No
Thank you
doubt,
for coming
no
on
doubt,
and,
no
and
doubt.
breaking that down.
Oh, no doubt.
Thank you. Break
we
down
gotta-
those ingredients for me.
All right, I got you. I got you.
We gotta get a little bit sensitive, Mo.
Okay, what's up?
Now, I don't know if you're going, which way you're gonna go with this, but
Okay.
this is more a racial thing than it is a sexual thing.
Okay.
Right. So, those of us who have you Kyle Korver, you know who Kyle Korver is.
Debrief me.
But you know who he
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So, famous basketball player Kyle Korver, he's white. He most recently wrote a open letter. I think it was on Bleacher Report. Was that where it was? Athletic. So it was very, very poignant. It's even smart. It was even coming from a white person. It was amazing. So I'm going to paraphrase it as simply as I can. Basically, what he was saying was that a teammate of his went to a nightclub, ended up with a broken leg at the police's hands. His first thought was, what was he doing at a nightclub? We got a game the next day.
Okay.
Right? Not my teammate, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then I gotta say, this particular teammate, he says, was like his main guy on the team. Like, this was his bestie on the team. Then the Russell Westbrook thing happened, right? We all see Russell Westbrook had an exchange with some folks in the audience. His first thought was, Russ is always getting into something with people, right? So then him being, educated man of intellect, he checked himself and was like, wait a minute, why each time something like that happened did I immediately say, what's up with that guy, right? So then they had some team meetings in the locker room, what have you, and a bunch of black team and team, people of color were saying all of these things that they have been through that he as a white man had never experienced.
Never experienced and never will.
Never will. And two parts of the letter that I really loved for him to say was, number one, he said, and it's crazy because Sweet said this to me, one of our interns here said, a production assistant said this to me the other day when we was talking about this in the studio. He said, as a white person, I can always choose to crusade or fade in to I don't really support this.
Yep.
But as a black person, you are always oppressed or belittled or racially hated on, whatever it was. That was one thing I loved that he said. And then he went on to say, white people are the problem. Black people are not the problem when it comes to racism, and it's time for white Americans to start checking other white Americans
I think so.
that they know are racist.
I agree.
I couldn't agree more. Talk to me about how you feel about Kyle Korver.
So how I feel about that situation is if you act like it's not an issue, then you are just you're a part of the problem.
Definitely.
If you're ignoring it, you're not a part of the solution. So I think that there should be more people that speak up about racial injustices that aren't of color.
Definitely.
Just like women have male allies, I feel like black people should have white people allies, and other.
Right.
If you're not white, you are other, and you are of
Right.
color. That is the end of it. So I think that also, as Asian Americans, Latino Americans, black people, like Indian people, we should support each other as people of color because we are all a minority.
Right.
But no, people who are Caucasian will not understand being oppressed.
Right.
I actually have a funny kind of relation to that. Recently, I put out a fact about Forbes on my social media about black women being the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the U.S. And every black girl that follows me was like, yes, excited. And a few white women responded that that doesn't matter. We're here for all women. And my following attacked, educated eloquently that it does matter. Because I think that saying that our accomplishments don't matter is basically saying that our oppression doesn't matter. Because we have to celebrate everything that we are because we have two strikes against us being black and woman. You know what I'm saying? And you guys have two strikes against y'all being black and male. Every time you go out, something could possibly happen to you. And we have to pray over y'all and cover y'all. And that is something that white women will never understand.
Right.
And that's something that white men will
White
never
men won't
understand.
understand.
So what they can do is be our allies.
I've said it a bunch of times about, and I'm glad Kyle Korver stepped up, and some of the other things he said was like how much of the league is black,
Yeah.
right? It's the same thing in the NFL. When Kaepernick was taking a knee, I was upset that Tom Brady wasn't taking a knee with him.
Yeah, like why aren't y'all doing that with him?
Because that's why you get a check, right?
Yeah.
You get a check because of, I don't want to say directly because of the black man, but any profession that you work in that's dominated by any sector, right? I don't care if it's mostly women that do a certain profession. Men owe them homage.
Yeah.
Men need to stand with the women if they're being oppressed, because it's obvious that without these women, I wouldn't have this
you
job.
You also have to think that Tom Brady's thinking like, I'm trying to get my check. I'm trying to go home. This ain't none of my business. Like, let me keep it moving.
I'll tell you this. We had this argument in the studio all the time. I'm not going to say that he is required to.
But it would be nice if he did.
I think he should. And all white athletes that stand next to a black man on the offensive line, that practice with black men all day, every day, it's incumbent upon them to say, you're not okay? Why are you not okay?
Yeah.
What? And be selfish about it.
Yeah.
Because I want to win the championship.
Yeah. And
if the police break your leg, I can't win the championship.
I can't. That's true.
Right?
I didn't think about it like that.
I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand. So America is sensitive. That is our sensitive ass America. But we got a little bit more about sensitive ass America to talk about.
What?
You heard of this Lil Nas X?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road.
So I don't know the song.
I don't know it
But I
either.
know the story.
Okay.
So story goes, young black fella has an amazing country song out right now. By all accounts, it's a country song. It's a country ass song.
Okay.
Billboard.
Okay.
He charted
Yeah,
at the
that's
top of
what's up.
Billboard on the country charts. White America said, hold on now, Lil Nas X. I don't
This our
sound
lane.
too country to me.
Yeah.
That sound like the hippity hop is what that sound like. Go ahead, get your ass, your black ass, off of the country music charts. You're gonna have to get off of it. And they took him off.
Yeah.
And then good old black Billy Ray Cyrus jumped on and said, wait a minute now there, white America.
That's how he said it.
I think so.
Okay.
Wait a minute now,
Exactly.
white America.
I don't think that's how he said
This is country.
it. Okay.
And damn it, can I get a cameo? So Billy Ray Cyrus, that's my Billy Ray
wouldn't
Cyrus
mind
impression.
that.
And now apparently everybody wants to jump on the song.
It's gonna be a hit.
It's a hit now.
I mean, sometimes controversial publicity is good. So Lil Nas about to be getting paid,
he's
getting
about
all
to
the
get
checks. He's gonna blow
all of
up.
the
He's gonna get
checks.
endorsements.
All of the
and I
checks.
mean, why not? Like Justin Timberlake has been making our music for years.
He's black though.
He black. I traded him for Kanye.
Ooh, that's a good trade,
I
Mo.
think so. I think it's so fair.
That's not a bad trade.
I thought it was fair.
Now,
But
Kanye been doing the church music though. He been doing
it's not. Justin
No,
Timberlake
we
is
can't-
definitely a fair trade for Kanye.
for Janet Jackson?
No.
Oh, he didn't
he
take
can't
up for
come on?
Janet. But
Trade
that
has
was
been rejected.
Trey rejected.
I don't know. All right, we gotta get somebody
I
else.
still want him.
Kanye trying to come back with this church music though.
I can't.
He trying
I
hard.
can't.
He trying hard. So America, y'all gotta stop being so sensitive, man.
I miss
right?
the old Kanye.
We gotta finish on a health note though, Mo.
Okay, what's up?
I'm gonna do some push-ups.
Okay.
And,
Let's see who can do the most.
Me or you?
Yeah.
I feel like I might win, Mo.
I feel like I eat better than you, so I'm okay.
She's just gonna take it there. Okay, so we got Limo, we got Paul, we got all of them on the backstage. They gonna join in. They gonna see what we can do on a push-up tip. Let's come on, Mo. Let's
I
go.
might make it to 10.
You might make it to 10. Limo, you gonna do it with Valentino on your back?
I'll do it.
I'm going to get crazy with it.
Hold on. So hold on. Paul, you got to move over. Come here, Mo.
Okay.
Stop
all right.
playing.
I'm heavier than Valentino.
I'm not gonna let him show me up though.
I'm going to ask
Take this ride, Mo.
Ready?
You ready?
Ready?
Let's go.
You got me.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. Ride till I can't no more.
Yeah, stay up there, Mo. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! I'm feeling it, Limo. Woo! Limo, I'm about to calm down. I'm almost done, Limo. You know Mo heavier than Valentina, right?
I'm not heavy.
And she moving around too much.
I'm making sure you don't drop me on my head.
Oh, man. Listen. That's all the time we have.